Okay. All right, everyone. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. We have an upper body strength and conditioning workout today. So we're focusing on our pushes and our pulls, our chest and our back muscles, and we're finishing off today with a conditioning circuit. But it is not going to be the craziest circuit in the world because tomorrow we are going to redo that challenge, the conditioning challenge that we did 4 weeks ago, a little bit over 4 weeks ago. But we will talk all about that as we go. I just wanted to get you guys mentally prepared for that because it's super exciting. In terms of equipment for today, we are going to be doing a little bit of jumping around towards the end of the class. So I do have my shoes on for that additional support. Dumbbells, bands, and then you guys see this chair right here. I am going to be using it to row off of and such. TRXs are going to come out to play if you guys have them. Bring them out, set them up, because you can use them today for rows and other stuff that we're doing. But for the warm-up, we don't need anything, just our body. So let's get us started, sticking out our arms to the side, drawing these small circles going in one direction. So we'll go through 10 little ones going one way, straight arms, fingertips reaching away, 10 of them, and then we will stop and do 10 the other way. Warming it up in the shoulders. So once you've done 10 and 10, we will stop and go the other way, but make them now as big as they can go. We'll go through 10 circles, straight arms, big ones, in one direction, and then same deal. We will stop and do 10 the other way. Those big circles. Usually the second way feels a little bit more awkward. Just take your time with this one. Don't force anything. Try to keep your body as still as possible. 10 of them. And then once we are done those, we might be starting to feel that little bit of burning in our shoulders. We'll roll them out a couple times backwards and bring ourselves down onto the floor into our all-four position where we are going to be threading the needle. So we want to be stacked up, shoulders right over top of the wrists, hips right over top of the knees. We'll reach one hand through, feeling a stretch through the upper back, and then we'll exhale as we open and follow our hand up to the ceiling with our eyes. So we're looking at that hand the entire time, exhaling as we open, inhaling as we close, and we'll go through 10 of these per side. So exhaling, try not to move the legs or the body. In terms of what your feet are doing, you can have toes down, feet up. I find this position is a little bit more stable, but if you want to have your feet down like this, that's completely fine too. Most important thing is that, again, there's no movement in our legs and our hips, and we're just moving through our mid-back, upper back, lower back, and the whole back. So we'll do 10 and 10, both sides. So take your time with this one, as it does take a little bit of time to go through this. We want to go slow and controlled, especially when we're working with our spine. We're still warming everything up, so we don't want to be working fast, jerky movements, nice, slow, breathing into them, using your exhale. 10. Once you guys are done, do not go anywhere because we're going to work with some of our scapula retractions, protractions. So the retraction is when we pull the shoulder blades together. The protraction is when we pull them apart. So we'll squeeze them together and then pull them apart. Try not to bend through the elbows, which I know can be a little bit funky. We'll go through 10 of these total. And again, we're just hanging out on our knees, trying to get lots of movement happening in our upper back. 10 of them. And then you guys are going to stand up to the top once you are done that one. Warming up. So you should be getting some warming up feels happening in your upper back. And next one is for our wrists. We're going to circle out our wrists. You can just keep your arms extended down by your sides. And we'll draw big circles with our wrists going in one direction. Today we are starting off with push-ups. We're going to go through 5 sets of push-ups, doing 5 reps at a time, which is where we're going to start with pretty much right now. So you guys can just keep circling out your wrists there. And then these push-ups today are going to be, again, we're only doing 5 at a time. So let's get started on these. You can swing out your arms, swing out your shoulders, shake them out. So we loosen up all of that burning sensation that we just built up in there. So what we're going to do is start off with our first set of push-ups down on the floor. Like I said, today we are doing 5 reps with 5 sets total. So what we need is for these 5 reps to be so hard that we cannot do 6. Or maybe we could, but it would not be pretty, and we wouldn't want to because it would be kind of wormy and our body is exhausted after 5. That is the goal, okay? So let's get down here and see if we can make that happen on our first set. For those of you who are still working on your push-ups, you can't quite get 5. Today, we just want to see how many you can get. Go for 5. Maybe you can today. If not, what you're going to do is do them. Maybe get 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, and then you'll finish them off, lowering yourself down, knees on the way up, and then resetting onto the toes. So you guys can go through your first set, 5 reps. Now, for some of us, it's not going to be hard. Okay, 5 reps, you can probably do 10, you can probably do 15, okay, maybe even more. So what you're going to do today is pause the bottom, which I know maybe that is not what you wanted to hear, but it is what I would highly suggest you do if you just did a set there and it was not that hard, okay? So if that was you, you can go right into one more set right now. You can try this instead. If you just did a set and it was really, really hard, then you guys just hang out. We're gonna come down and hold for 1, 2, and then push up. So this is gonna be you guys for your 5 reps with that 1, 2 pause at the bottom, which is gonna make those 5 feel a lot harder. So between our sets, we are not doing anything, but you can stand up unless you want to stay down on the floor. That's completely fine too. But you can also get up, grab some water, whatever you guys want. We're taking about 60 seconds between each set of push-ups, which you should need. Like you should want that if you made those hard enough. And if you're feeling, again, kind of antsy between our sets, we need to make that set of 5 more challenging, okay? So between, again, you can roll out your shoulders, shake out your arms, loosen them up, take some deep breaths, get your H2O in. It's a great time to sneak it in. And then when you're feeling ready, we will get right back down and go into our second official set. All right, you guys ready? As ready as you're gonna be. I like to distract you a little between our sets. So same thing, we're gonna go for 5. If you need to make them harder, pausing at the bottom. If you can't quite get 5, then you will finish off the reps that you cannot get with our knees and our toes. There we go. Good morning, Bobby, hopping in. Okay, so yes, come join us. We're doing push-ups. Going to start off with some of these arm swings. We're on our second set, doing 5 reps at a time, going through 5 sets total. So once you guys run your second set, same thing, you are just resting, which is so nice. Usually we have another exercise that we are doing in between these, but we're just going to rest so that we can focus strictly on our push-up strength. Because we're only doing 5 reps at a time, that is a range, that's a strength range. So that rep range, rather than doing like 10 or 12 or 15, which is more like an endurance rep range, this is going to help us get stronger. If we do this and if we make these really hard, which is why we are doing them, which is why they are in the plan, in the program today. So we want to make sure that we are getting the most out of it by actually making them hard, okay? Because for some of us, like, we can do 10 push-ups. We can do 15 maybe, so we're only doing 5. So again, you need to make them a little bit more challenging as you start your third set. You will pause the bottom, and then you can push yourself up. Remembering to breathe as well, inhaling on the way down, and then exhaling and pushing yourself out of it. Ooh, those are really hard. Hopefully I made them look easy. Practice. Okay, so third set, you guys, we're gonna go through 2 more after this. Pushing up all of our problems. Okay, so again, between our sets, we're taking about a minute of rest. You can shake out our arms, grab some of that water, shake out our wrists, roll them out a couple times if we're feeling tight in them. And then get yourself mentally prepared to do this 2 more times, 2 more sets. Okay. Good job, you guys. So we'll try to do the same exact thing that we did on those first sets. You got it, you got it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so deep breaths. Deep breaths. Pausing, push-ups. I presume most of us are going to be doing a little bit of something to make these 5 harder, because I know most of us can do at least 5 push-ups. Most of us. But again, every day is different. You never know whether it's just your mind or your body or, you know, your sleep. It all will affect how you feel. But you should just feel like you cannot do more than 5. So let's make that happen here. 4th set. We have 1 more after this one, and then we are done with push-ups for today. Woohoo! Yay! So let's get them in. All right, you guys, nice work. Woo-hoo-hoo. Set number 4. 5 reps. Okay, take some deep breaths once you're done. And taking that full minute of rest is important before we go into our final set here. Because on this last set, I really want you guys to mimic what you just did, okay, on those first 4 sets that you did. The last 3, maybe the first one was a little different. Maybe you made it harder, easier, I don't know. But what we're going to do on this final set, this is number 5. I'm asking you guys to do 5 reps, okay, the same that you just did in there. If there's any part of you, any ounce inside you that feels like you can crank out a couple extra reps, 1, 2, 3, maybe 5. I don't really know. You shouldn't be getting more than 5. But if you can do any extra reps, now is the set where I want you to bring them out, okay? So take the minute of rest. Take some deep breaths. When you are ready, we're going to get down here. And just because I say, you know, I want more reps, it doesn't mean I want you to do anything different, okay? So if you were doing the pauses, you have to do the pauses. Whatever you were doing there, we're going for 5, and that is the minimum. If you can get 6, 7, well, then that is great. And that's going to help you, again, just get stronger at these, which we all want. So let's do it. Final set. Release 5. Woohoo! Let's do it up. Yay! Push-ups. Almost done. Good job, you guys. Good job. All right. So breathe through those, you guys. Use the breath. That exhale is power. Literally pushes you off of the floor. Okay. Do it up. Last couple reps. When you're done, you can stand up, grab some water. Woo! Celebrate that you are done the push-ups for today. And we are going to move on to the next part into a superset of 2 exercises. We get some back stuff going on, another chest exercise. We're going to pair them together back to back with no rest in between. You guys had your nice rest belts in between the push-ups. So when you are finished those, we're going to stand ourselves up and get set up for a single arm row, a 1-arm row. Now, I'm going to be doing this off of this chair here with this nice padded top on the top using my dumbbells. I'm also going to show you guys a banded option like this. If you have TRX, that's ideal. That's a great option, so I would highly suggest that you use it. We're going to be doing a 1-arm row. So if you're doing a TRX, you're going to be standing up a little bit more high than doing your double arm row, and you're just going to stick an arm out to the side, hold either both handles or just pull on the one handle to make it the longer one. Hold that one, and then you'll pull yourself in doing the single arm row. Okay, we're working with 12 reps per side. So again, I'm going to use my dumbbells, both of them specifically, because the row is a very strong exercise and I want to make it a little bit harder than just the one. I'm going to go right into it because I'm nice and warm from all those push-ups. So I'm doing this knee, hand supported row here, my opposite foot down on the floor, holding the weight, palm faces inward in the midline, and we're going to pull in and go through 12 reps total. I'm not rotating. I'm thinking about pulling in and slightly around the rib cage, but not too much. You guys can see where my elbow ends up. I'm not way out. I'm slightly tucked in, more narrow than that push-up. And we'll go through 12 reps per side. Now, if you don't have a chair or something like this, you probably have a wall or something that you can use instead, which is going to help give you that support through your core and your lower back. And then, of course, TRXs, you are standing, which is a very safe exercise for that area as well. So let's do our thing here. You guys are doing 12 and 12. Now, those of you who have bands, as you probably already presumed, you are going to anchor band around that foot that's on the floor there, and you'll go through a banded row. Black pants, black band situation again, but you'll roll that bad boy in there for 12 per side. So let's get you guys going on those, both sides. And then we are going to work ourselves into a chest press, laying down on the floor on our back. So we'll do both of those, both sides, and then you guys can bring it down onto your back. Now, ideally, for this next one here, you want something to hold in your hands. So dumbbells is the ideal if you have those. We're going to hold them, squeeze them together, and work with this pressure chest press. If you don't have dumbbells, again, ideally, you want something in there. You can grab onto your water bottle. I've showed you guys before with this foam roller that I always point at that hangs out in this corner over here. You can use a book of some sort. You can use really anything, even down to just simply your hands. Okay, because we're going to lay on our back and go through this chest press where we're going to squeeze these dumbbells together. So first thing I want to do is pull my shoulders down onto the floor, and then I squeeze the dumbbells together, and then I'll come down to the bra line, tucking in the elbows and pressing up, going through my reps, 12 total, trying to create as much pressure between my hands as I can. So again, if I didn't have dumbbells, I might just squeeze my hands together, but I kind of like having something to hold, so I'd probably scavenge through my house and find myself like a textbook or a water bottle or like that foam roller that I just had there to just shove between my hands to give myself something to apply that pressure to. So we're doing 12 of those total at 12 reps. Woo! Okay, so that one is definitely not the worst exercise. You get to lay on your back. And I mean, it's hard. It's definitely as hard as you make it though. If you squeeze your hands together more, if you tuck in the elbows more, you're gonna make this a lot more challenging. So you can think about that. You do have 3 more chances. We're gonna go through 3 more sets of these 2. Going right back into our first one, which was that 1 arm row. So we're doing 12 and 12 of this single arm row. And ideally with some form of support for our core. So again, if you have access to a chair, we have a knee kind of like this, and we can row. If you don't, you can use a wall, or you can even just use your leg like this, with your hand on your leg, like so. And again, it's just going to help us support everything in here. So we're not working this the whole entire time. Because, I mean, that's great and all to work your core and lower back, but not in this exercise, not for that long. We have lots of other opportunities in our workouts in this program to do that, and so it's not the goal on this one. So we'll go through the 12 and the 12, and trying to pull in and slightly around. You guys got it. Take it to 12. There we go. Okay, so if you're working with bands, remember that the more bands you have, the harder this is going to be. So if you don't have a lot of options on resistance, you most likely have more than one of these, maybe. So you can always add a second band to make this feel a lot harder to go through as well. All right. Okay, so second set of our chest press. Laying on the back. Okay, So again, you guys, before we go anywhere, we want to pull our shoulders down onto the floor. So if you guys see that there, I'm pulling my shoulders and squeezing them together just as we did in the warm-up there in that scapula squeeze, how I had you pull your shoulder blades together. So that is where we want to be and stay the entire time. Now the dumbbells come in and we go through our set, but we want to keep those shoulders pinned down, locked down in place, which will make an arch in our back. So you probably will have some space under here, which is completely fine, if not necessary for this one. Because if you didn't have space here, you'd be pushing down, you'd probably feel your core and all. But again, not the focus. The focus is keeping your shoulders in the right place and keeping them safe. And having them floating like this as we go through the press, this is not a good situation. So we want to pull them down and keep them down the entire time. So you guys can take that into your next couple sets because you have 2 more to go through. Back to the rows, back to the floor. 12 all around. 12, 12, and 12. Woohoo! All right. Some things to think about on our third set of these 2. The rows and the presses. Nice work, you guys. Let's do it. All right. So we'll work through our third set here. Finishing up our second and then on to our third. There's lots of time with it. We have about 6 minutes to finish this up. Woo! Okay. So we should be feeling all sorts of stuff in our upper body. We got back muscles, these big back muscles working on our rows and our pressure chest press, focusing on the chest muscles, but also your triceps. You probably feel back the arms quite a bit. You are tucking in here, a little residual from those push-ups. So again, we're trying our best to go between these sets back to back, as little rest as possible, just the time that it takes us to get up, to get down, and all of that. That being said, if you guys do need to take a little extra, we will take it when we're done our chest press. You can grab in some water, utilize the rest, and then now we'll get going into our last set. Woohoo! Number 4. So we'll finish up with 12 and 12 rows. Getting in. Do the same thing we did on the first 3 sets. Boom! For the back. All right. All right, guys, nice job. Let's take your time. Final set of these 2. And then we're moving on to the next part, which is the last part of our strength. We are getting there already. So we'll go through these ones and trying to make this final set really hard for ourselves, really creating lots of pressure between our hands, keeping those elbows in, keeping those shoulders down. I know it's lots of stuff to think about, but I always do that to you guys. But it all helps, and it's all going to help you make sure your technique's on point and make sure that you stay safe, which is questionably definitely the most important part. All right, so once you guys are done, we will take about a minute here to grab some water, shake it out, whack it out. We're going to need all of this stuff still, whether you're using the dumbbells, the band, the TRX, and this chair, because we got some dips going on, which is going to be the first exercise that we are going to start this tricep with. So we have 3 movements going on here on this last part. So if you are finishing up, you can get yourself set up for the dips, which for me, I am going to go like this. And just have this guy come off the side here, so it's on this side. There we go. Okay. So we'll do our thing here, you guys, finishing up. You guys have about 2 minutes until we should be starting the last part. All right, let's do it up. Final set. Let's get it. 12 and 12. Yes, squeezing those hands together. You guys got it going on here. We'll give you about 60 more seconds before I'm going to start moving on to the next part. So take your time with it. Again, if you're done, just grab yourself some water and walk it off here. And set up. Ooh. Definitely harder than they look. Okay, so as you guys come to an end, and we're gonna start off our last part here with a dip. Now, ideally, that is done off of a chair, a bench, something that is a hard top surface, rather than something soft. So if you're at home and like you're working off of like your couch is really squishy. And what that does is it makes our wrist bend a lot more because there's so much give into it. And so typically when you do this on something that's more squishy like that, you'll cause yourself wrist pain, whether it's right now or kind of creep up on you as you go, which is why I've folded this chair pad just off to the side to use the harder set surface. Now, like some benches are kind of soft as well, but like I'm thinking more like couch or ottoman or type deal like that because you guys are at home. So if you don't have something like that, it's a very long way of saying that, we need another tricep exercise. So you can do your wall tricep extension, or you can lay on your back again and do your lying tricep extension this way. Okay, so second best is this guy. Triceps, working, pushing them up. We're doing 15 reps, okay? So regardless of that one, this one, or that one, whichever one you're doing, we'll start our first set right now, and we're working through 15 reps total. So let's do it. Shoulders together, and then we're gonna dip down and push ourselves up, keeping those hips close to the bench. Straight legs is harder, bent legs is easier, okay? So ideally, that is the one I want you guys to do. If you don't have a chair, we can get up onto our toes and work with this lovely wall tricep extension that we know and love. And of course, those of you who do not have either of those, you guys can work with a dumbbell triceps. Okay, so pick your poison, just one. You're only picking one of these. 15 of them total, okay? We're gonna have 2 other movements we're going to do with this one. Next one is going to be a wide grip row. So that is going to be done with something that we can hold in our hands and pull in like this into that push-up position. So TRXs, if you got them, use them, use them. Dumbbells are what I'm going to use because they're what I have. I'm gonna get myself into this nice posture, soft knees, pushing my hips back, and then I'll pull up into this push-up position. I'll just do a little shoulder check to make sure that I have that in the right spot there. I'm not lifting up my forearms like this or anything like that. We'll go through 15 reps total. Let's do it. So we're working through these rows. If you do not have any of the above, you can use your loop band and hold it sideways like this. Oh, what it's a burner to go through the 15 like this. Okay. There you go. Nice job, you guys. So wide elbows, not too wide. We don't want to be up here in line with the shoulders. We want to be tucked slightly. Again, that's just the safest place to send your shoulder. So we got 15 total. Okay, so we have one more movement with this one, you guys. It's a tricep, 3 exercises. Last one is going to be a bicep curl. So very standard and basic, palms face the hips. We're gonna pull all the way up, just past 90 degrees, but we're trying to keep our arms in front of us. So I don't wanna have my arms come behind me like this. I wanna send my wrists and dumbbells in front of my body to pull all the way up. So 15 total. My banded friends, you're gonna hold your band like this, and same thing, curl that guy up like so, going through your 15 reps, trying to keep tension on the band. So we'll go through these, and then, only then, when you guys are done this set, we can repeat this, okay? So when you're finished this, we're going through 3 more sets total, and then we have our final part here, nice, short, and sweet conditioning circuit to get us releasing those endorphins and getting our heart rate up and feeling amazing. So we'll get through this 3 more times, and then we will get into that fun stuff. So I know this stuff burns, okay, but we're trying our best to just get through it. Again, back to back, little to no rest in between. But if we need to take any, and this rule pretty much always applies, we're going to do it at the very end of the set. So we're going triceps into the rows, into the biceps. I had to think about this. And we'll take the rest at the very end of that once we're done that last set of those curls. And then we'll start our next set. And we'll try to also limit that to about 30 seconds so that we have time to get through all this stuff. Because the way that I write up these workouts, there's literally just enough time. A little bit of time in between for me to chat. Okay, so let's do our thing here. You guys have already started your second set. I know this. So we'll go into that second exercise, which is going to be our wide grip rows. So we're trying to lift those elbows up into the ceiling. If you're doing this bent over version, we want to make sure that we're sitting like 45. We don't want to be parallel with the floor down here. We want to be up right about here, but not too high, because if we're too high, then we're doing kind of like a shoulder exercise rather than the back of the shoulder. So we'll pull in and try to really squeeze those shoulders back. And that applies to whatever you're using. TRXs, dumbbells, bands. Squeeze the shoulders. 15 times. You guys got it. Okay. So we'll go into our second set of that curl. Now, if you're stuck at home and like super light weights, you want to make this one a little bit harder. It's kind of limited in terms of what we can do with just the weights. So if you would like to double up, you can add dumbbells and bands together and go through your set here, which is going to involve a little bit more through our shoulders and make this feel a lot harder. So if that's something that you would like, this is something that you can try, is banding your wrists. I just have it looped around my wrist like this. And then going through your set. For the arms, the upper body, 15. All right, so 2 more sets, you guys. Let's get it in. No time to rest. Get right through this. So remember with those wall triceps, the lower we are, the harder. Okay, we want the entire body moving down and up. So we're high on the toes. And the further down I am, the further down my hands, the harder it's going to be. The closer, the higher my hands, the easier. So you're doing 15, you know. So same thing with the dips here. You're doing 15, so pace yourself in terms of how far close your feet are. But do challenge yourself, okay? Especially if you're, you know, doing your first couple sets here and you're feeling like you can maybe keep going, we just want to get those 15, okay? No more than that. So let's make them all count, all of the reps. So we'll go second set of the rows, third set rather. Woohoo, I'm getting there. We have 1 more after this one. Then gonna get our heart rates up. Woohoo. I don't know if that's exciting or not, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Good job, guys. Triceps, rows, and then our curls, 15 all the way around. So we'll go into our final set And for my banded peeps as well, remember that the resistance of the band will influence how hard this is. So if you use a stronger band, it's going to make this feel a lot more challenging. So you got one more set. If you'd like to add that in, stronger band. Let's get it. There you go. Perfect. So arms in front of us. You got it going on. Make those arms come up. 15 total burn arms and shoulders. Woo! Final set after this. You guys are there. There you go. Nice job, you guys. All right, 15 of them. Burning upper body. We are very close. We have our final set here of the strength tricep. So let's do it. When you guys have finished this third set, we will go right into the last one because you guys literally have just enough time to do this last part here. So 3 minutes until we are going to get started on the next part, or start talking about it rather. All right, last set, my friends. Let's do it. Doing it. Okay, this is it. On these ones, we are very close to being done the whole workout, but we're gonna finish up these ones strong. 15 reps, making them as hard as we can. All right. Last set, you guys. So once you are done, which is hopefully within the next 2 minutes, we are going to move on to the next part here. So as you guys kind of trickle and finish up, we will just rest, grab a little bit of water. We have 2 minutes until we will start talking about the last part, which is going to be the conditioning circuit. It's going to take you guys 16 minutes to work through. So we should get started in about 5 minutes so that we have time to finish and get that quick little stretch in at the end. So as you guys are finishing up there, I am moving this chair out and away because we are not going to use it for the next part. And it takes up some space, and I need that space, or I want that space rather. Okay. In terms of other stuff, I am going to be giving you guys dumbbell and band options for a couple of these. So we can keep those guys out. Keep them close because we're going to use them. All right, this is it. Last part. Okay. Good job, you guys. So when you're finished that tricep there, we're going to grab ourselves some water and move our chair, our bench out of the way if you had to move it into the way so that you have full use of your mat. We want our dumbbells and or our bands close. We are going to be moving on to the last part, the 16-minute conditioning circuit. It's going to get us hot and heavy, feeling amazing. You guys are going to be working off of this timer right here, which is set for 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So we're going to be working for 40 seconds and have 20-second rest rounds in between 4 exercises. 4 sets total, then we are done and we are out of here, okay? We're ready to start our day or get on with it. So we're going to talk about this first one. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to start, and then I'll show you the other 3 on the timer. Whenever we do this 40-20 interval split, I always talk about the option to work through your rest. And that rule definitely does apply today as well, okay? So if you're the kind of person who struggles to push yourself really hard and you prefer to just kind of go the longer amount of time, if you feel like it's going to give you a better workout, that is on the table today, okay? So you could turn the 20 seconds of rest into just continuing the exercise or just doing something else to get your heart rate up, all right? So you ready for this? First one, you guys are gonna need dumbbells if you have them. If you don't have dumbbells, you can just follow along without dumbbells. You don't need a band for this one. We're gonna go down onto the floor here, step out, pull in, and then you can jump into the top. So you can jump out or step out like I showed you. We can have our hands on the dumbbells or beside the dumbbells, like so. And we can pull in like this. So this is you guys for 40 seconds. And then I'll show you the other 3 on this timer, okay? Are you ready for this? Set, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So again, no dumbbells. What you're gonna do is just hands down on the floor. We'll pull in our hand, just as we had a dumbbell, and then you can just stand up. Woo, let's do it. 20 seconds, you guys. There it is. Move that body up and down. Whoop, 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 whoop. 10 seconds. Come on. Good job, you guys. 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice work. Okay, so next one we're going to do our lateral fast feet. So I'm going to take my 2 bands, lay them down on the floor. I can also use my dumbbells. I'll come to one side, and we're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 through the bands. Okay, so technically starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we want knees up, arms moving. If we're low impact, we're going to go quick feet without that hop. So we're just stepping side to side, little pep in our step, but not so much of that high knee sprinting situation. So 20 seconds left, you guys. Again, you can use dumbbells or bands. If you're using dumbbells especially, I would highly suggest that you look down and watch your feet so that you don't accidentally, step on a dumbbell. Nobody wants that. You do not want that. 10 seconds left. So let's go. Opposite arms. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, time. Nice work, you guys. Okay. So next one we're going into is going to be our seal jacks. So feet together, arms in. We're going to jump out, arms out. Now, if you have a band, if you want to add a little bit of upper body action to this, we can hold this band here and go through either a jack like this, or you can pull in like this. So we're going through for 40 seconds of one of these variations. If you're low impact, we are going to tap and open and work so fast. And this one is actually really challenging if you go fast and push your body. Okay, so not only are you going to get the cardio, but we're getting a little bit of upper body burning from having to hold those arms there essentially this whole time. Sneaky sneak. Let's go. 15 seconds. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Good job, you guys. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last one. We have a single double row. So dumbbells, we're going to hold them down here like this. We want 1, 2, and then both. And this is going to be you guys for that 40 seconds. Bands, we're holding like so. We go 1, 2, both. Let's go. So this one, we're not moving, we're not jumping, but you're going to feel your heart rate elevating as we go through this, especially because we're pairing it with that other stuff. We want to make sure to pull our core in and focus a lot on our back muscles and working efficiently through this set. So we're trying to get as many of these in, but with control. I'm not rotating my hands, just pulling in, same position in that more narrow spot. Right, left, and both. Woohoo! 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice work, you guys. Okay, so that's us. We're going to do this 3 more times. So we're going back to that first one, that jump out, row, row, jump up. That's going to be the second set, and it starts in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So again, if you have those dumbbells, we're going to pull them in, right side, left side. And then you guys can add jump at the top if you want to make it harder. You can just stand at the top, or if you're low impact, you'll step out instead of jumping in. Remember, anytime you're rowing in that plank position, the wider the feet, the easier, okay? So regardless if you're pulling in a dumbbell or just the air or whatever it is, if you want to make it harder, narrow your feet. You're going to feel your hips want to move more. You have to control that. And that's where it gets harder. But you've got to control it. 3, 2, nice job, you guys. So for most of us, we're going to be good at 40 seconds, okay? I want you guys pushing yourselves as hard as you can as you go through it. But again, if you want to do a little something between these sets, it is going to make this entire cardio circuit feel a lot harder. All right, so second set, fast feet. And anytime I use dumbbells, my eyes are locked onto those dumbbells, you guys. That's definitely because I rolled my ankle before not doing this, but I just know myself, and I know how easy it is for it to happen, and it affected me for literally years. Maybe still does. I still feel it kind of go on uneven surfaces. So precautionary measures, watch your feet. 10 seconds left. Let's go. Good job, you guys. Get the march, arms and legs. 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, we got those seal jacks coming up next. So again, straight arms. If you're working with the band, you want to add that in here. Try this out. You can again have straight arms, or you can pull in like this. And this is something I would do with this band, because this band is kind of pushing its lifespan here, and I have a feeling it's going to snap soon. So I'd keep it a bit more narrow rather than pulling it out sideways like that. And it's just because of the band that I have. So let's go through this, you guys, working through 20 more seconds of whatever one you're doing, trying to move your arms nice and straight, legs and feet together. 10 seconds. Do it. Breathing through it. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay. Last one. Put this one last because it's kind of the most chill. I mean, it's definitely really challenging still, but it's definitely the most chill out of all these. All right, so we're going into our single double row. Starting right now. Let's go. So one side, other side, both sides. We want to be very active in our upper back. So we're involving all these rows, obviously to work our back muscles, but to even out all the pushing that we do and to help us to promote better posture. But we have to make sure that every time we pull in, we're actually pulling our shoulder back, or else we're just going to be leaving it behind and having our chicken wing elbow. So we don't want that. So pull that shoulder behind your ear so that you get the posture promoting benefits out of this one. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job, you guys. That was our second set. So we have 2 more rounds. Then we are done. Woohoo! Back to the first one. Potentially the hardest one. I think this one's the hardest. It's the up and the down. It's the having to move your whole body thing. All right, ready? Here we go. So we go out, we go in, both sides, and then you guys can come up to the top. So hands on the dumbbells definitely makes things a lot faster, but it is certainly harder on your wrists. You're going to feel your hands and wrists, and it might not be like the worst thing in the world, but it does kind of creep up on you, and it's not the most comfortable. So it doesn't really matter, but that's the difference between the two. 15 seconds left, you guys. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's try to get 2 more, all the way up and down. Ooh, but you gotta work for those. Come on. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Woo. All right. Set up those dumbbells, those bands that you guys are using. You want a couple feet of space in between them. We'll come over to one side, and you can lift up that leg, opposite arm. Ready? Here we go. So we're trying to keep our body facing forward, hips, shoulders, everything is in front of us. And arms and legs are working together to move us through those dumbbells. We're trying to get from one side to the other as quickly as possible, as fast as possible. There you go. 20 seconds left. Good job, you guys. Regardless if you are working those knee drives, just stepping through the low impact, I want you moving quickly. 10 seconds left. There it is, there it is, there it is. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Good job. Okay. So we're going to move those bad boys out of the way. We have these jacks coming up. A couple deep breaths here. All right, you guys. So feet together, arms in front of us. Ready? Here we go. Working our seal jacks. So we're trying to get as many of these in as we can in this 40 seconds that we have. There it is. Halfway. 20 seconds left. As many as you can. There's like heck of sirens out right now. Come on now. 10 seconds. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job, you guys. All right, we got our little row combination, the single double rows. And then we are there, our last set. Do one more time after this, and we're done. All right, grab onto your things. Oops, dumbbells, bands. Let's do it. Nice posture, soft knees, sticking out the butt. Right side, left side, both sides. So again, trying to get lots of stuff happening in our upper back so that we're getting that 90-degree angle happening, regardless of what you guys are using, bands, dumbbells. It doesn't matter. We need to make that happen. More than halfway. 10 more seconds. There it is. Good job. Last one. 3, 2, 1, and nice. Okay, my friends, we are here. Final set. This is it. The last one. Okay. Are you ready? Don't start yet. 5 seconds. All right, last set, you guys. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Final one. This is it. Trying to finish up strong here. Last chance on this one. Woohoo! Good job, you guys. Halfway there, we have 20 seconds left. Pacing yourself, whatever you got going on right now, we'll keep it working here. 15 seconds, breathing through it. Trying to push yourself, though. Here you go. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. And nice work. Good job, you guys. Okay. So we got these quick feet here, practicing our hand-foot coordination, our eye-foot coordination, hand-eye coordination. All right, connecting our feet and our hands, our eyes and our hands. You guys ready? 3, 2, here we go. Working those opposite arms and legs. Trying to get your knees up, not just on each side, but between every one. Once you're stepping through, then you don't need to take those high knees, so we need to move quickly. 20 seconds left. Good job, you guys. Strong finish. I know you're getting tired. I know you probably just want to stop. Let's keep going here. 10 more seconds. You're going to feel way better if you push out strong through this last part of the class than if you just let her slow down. So let's keep it up. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay. So definitely this next one, seal jacks, is going to be the hardest of these last two. So we'll take some deep breaths. You guys have 10 seconds until we are going to start this up. All right, feet together, hands together. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Right into it, working through our final set of these ones. Woohoo! Trying to get our heart rate up as high as we can. There we go. Strong finish, you guys. We want to earn our rest by pushing ourselves so hard right now that we borderline feel like we need to stop. But you just keep going through 15 more seconds. Let's go. If you're not feeling like that, move your feet faster, move your arms faster. Let's do it up. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Nice work, you guys. All right, we got the 20 seconds. So we are doing a little something in between. Getting ready for our last part here. If you're resting, grabbing onto your dumbbells, your bands. Are you guys ready for this? All right, let's do it. Softies, get yourself into formation. And let's finish up our last set, last exercise. The rows are taking us to the finish line. We need you guys strong with us for 30 more seconds, finishing these up. You're using the band, try to add some more sideways tension to the band. Pull your hands apart. Oof, keep it out there. 15 seconds left. You can do this. You can do this. Okay, I am going to leave this clock running, okay? So for those of you who want to work through the last 20 seconds of rest, don't worry about thing. This clock is going to run, and this lady over here is going to tell you when it is done. All right, you guys, nice work. That's 40 seconds. So we'll wait 15 more here. It's time to go off before I turn it off. If you are done, yay, good job. Grab yourself some water. You're still finishing up. You are almost done. In 3, 2, 1.
Activity completed.
And there you go. Activity completed. Nice work, you guys. Okay, so right now, you're probably feeling quite hot and heavy, which is a good thing, which means you did what I asked you. You got your heart rate up. You pushed yourself on that. So we're going to take a couple minutes right now to just rest and recover and breathe, drink some water. You can slowly put your stuff away, utilize your resting time, move it out of your way here. I'm going to leave you guys with a couple stretches, and you probably could guess what they are because they are pretty much the same on all of our upper body Tuesday focus workouts when we're doing a lot of this pressing, a lot of this push-ups and stuff. So the first stretch, as you guys start to feel okay, like a normal person again, like you could hold down that conversation without huffing and puffing, we can go into a deep static stretch for our chest. If you're not quite feeling ready yet, you can even add this one, and I've talked about this before, how we can do this one while we're still walking around. But it is much more comfortable doing it against a wall like this because gravity just kind of does its thing. We just turn our body away and we get a nice opening stretch in the front of the chest here. But again, if you're feeling kind of hot and heavy still, you want to just cool down before you come and join me on the wall here. If you guys have a door frame or a corner you can go in, you can do both sides at once. And you can spend your time there stretching out the front of your chest. Just as all of the rowing stuff that we do, equally just as important is the stretching stuff that we do for your posture, which is always something that we think about because it can, working out and doing all these exercises can actually sometimes make posture worse. So everything we do in real life, most of the stuff is forward. We're driving, we're cooking, we're hugging, we're cleaning, whatever it is. And so, and then we come here and we press, and so it can really add up to this. And so that's why I'm always kind of a hard ass about getting you guys in on these static stretches, because it does make a huge difference. And it helps prevent any kind of creeping up shoulder pain that tends to happen from getting tight muscles like that. So that was my long-winded way of saying that you should do this, okay? Take a minute or two, do this on both sides, save your time if you can. And then the last one that I would suggest that you guys do, not as important as that one, but it will feel nice, is you can spend some time down here in this one to get your back muscles, upper, lower back loosened up. Oh, it feels nice. Okay, you're probably going to want to come down here and do this. All right, you guys, you are done with me. We're free to go. Thank you guys so much for joining me live. Dave and Bob, you guys rock. Thank you so much for coming out. And if you're watching the replay, yay, drop comments so I know you were here. I will see you guys tomorrow. And again, we have a nice spicy cardio challenge tomorrow. So get excited for that. Thank you guys and have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.